What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting into my Week 9 college football predictions. Another crazy week of Week 8. So let's look at Week 8 here. Starting out with Memphis versus UAB. I got that pick right. Memphis dominated that one. That's not a surprise there. I did get the Ohio State pick right over Penn State. Penn State wasn't really in that game, and that was a big game for those two. But Ohio State remains undefeated in the top 4. I did get the Iowa game wrong, but I said this in my video. If you guys want to go with a crazy upset, go with Minnesota over Iowa. Iowa's just played everyone close as they always do with that defensive team, and it wasn't enough to beat Minnesota there. So Iowa falls to 6-2, and a big upset win for the Golden Gophers. So that was my first pick wrong there. Did get the Oklahoma State pick right. Oklahoma State goes to West Virginia and beats West Virginia in that game. Another one that I got right, Toledo over Miami. A lot of people picked Miami, Ohio in this game. I wasn't having it. Give me Toledo, and they got the win. So Toledo wins that one. And then UTSA, I got that one right over Florida Atlantic. Just dominated win for UTSA. Florida Atlantic really didn't have a chance in that one. Stick to basketball, Florida Atlantic, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Ole Miss got that one right over Auburn. It was a pretty decently close game as we see here, but Ole Miss continues to keep their playoff hopes alive, I guess, with that one, getting the win over Auburn. Did get the Utah USC game wrong. Clearly was wrong about Utah in this game. They came out, they played a good offensive game, and they beat USC. And then I got the Clemson game wrong over Miami. Clemson thought they were the better team. They came out flat in this one, and Miami was able to pull it out and get the win. And then finally got the Georgia State game right over Louisiana. Just barely, though, but a win's a win. So I did finish 7-3 that week. Pretty darn good, I would say. I'll for sure take that. Right now, my record's 50-30. Not the worst. It's not the greatest either, though. As you see, it's in the 92.9 percentile. So let's see if we can get that up a bit. All right, but starting out here with Week 9 here, we got a good matchup between Louisville and Duke. I'm excited to see this one. It's going to be a 5-2 team against a 6-1 team. Louisville obviously upsetting Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to go with Louisville. It's being played at home. I think if this was in Duke, I'd probably go with Duke. This one's going to be a good game regardless, though, but I'm going to go with Louisville in that one. And then Baylor, Iowa State. I'm not having Baylor this season so far. I'm going to go with Iowa State, a team that really dominated TCU a couple weeks ago. This Iowa State's pretty solid. Baylor's has had a big step back this season. They've just not been great, and I don't trust that team, so give me Iowa State. All right, and then we got Miami, Ohio against Ohio, a battle of those two. I'll go with Ohio Bobcats at home. Don't know too much about either of these teams, but they're favored in this one. And at home, give me Ohio in that one to get the win. Then we got Purdue, Nebraska. Nebraska's had a little bit of a weird season. Purdue as well. Purdue's been a letdown this year. And I'm going to go with Nebraska at home. So no upsets so far. I don't really see any besides maybe that Duke game, but give me Nebraska in that one. And then Oregon, Utah. This is a big game for these two teams to remain in the hunt. I'm going to pick against Utah again. It's being played in Utah, which could be an advantage for the Utes. But Oregon almost beat Washington. This team's a better team, in my opinion. Utah still has those offensive concerns to me right now, and I think it's going to catch up to them. Give me Oregon in this one, but I always count out Utah. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but give me Oregon. All right, and then Wyoming, Boise State now. We got a 5-2 Wyoming team. Boise State has been a letdown this season. Wyoming's been a very solid team. They even beat Fresno State. I'm not sure who their second losses came to, but I'm going to go with Wyoming. I don't see an upset happening here. Boise State's just been, as I mentioned, a letdown this season. I think if Wyoming was 6-1, I might have gone with Boise State just for an upset territory. But Wyoming, coming off a loss, it looks like I think that they can get the win. I know they lost to Texas and they beat Fresno State. I'm not sure who their second losses came to. All right, then to Tennessee against Kentucky. Tennessee's just been not impressive so far this season to me. Kentucky, a decent team. Is this an upset territory game? Honestly, Tennessee just it feels like they've came out flat. So I'm honestly going to go with Kentucky in this game. Tennessee just seems like they don't play great on the road, and it's a good Tennessee environment or Kentucky environment in this one. So I just don't trust either of these teams, but I'm going to go with Kentucky at home in this one, and the Volunteers fall to 5-3, unfortunately for them. Then Troy and Texas State. Don't know much about either of these teams, but I guess I'll go with Troy because they're favored in this one. I do know Troy's a decent team. Don't know really anything about Texas State. So yeah, that's why I'm going to go with Troy in this one. All right, and then Oregon State, Arizona, number 11 versus an Arizona team who's not great. I don't see an upset opportunity there either. I'm going to go with Oregon State in that one. Arizona's just been kind of about as mid as it gets in the Pac-12, and Oregon State's been a very solid team. This team's underrated this season, so give me Oregon State. All right, and then rounding it out, Fresno State and UNLV. Give me Fresno State in this game to round it out. Fresno State's one loss of the year goes to Wyoming. They've been a very solid team. UNLV right there. 6-1 as well somehow. I think that's going to end. Give me Fresno State. All right, so only one upset this entire one, Kentucky. I could see a lot of them happening, but I'm only going to go with the Kentucky one. So anyway, guys, comment down below your Week 9 predictions. And anyway, guys, peace out.